Hello everyone and welcome back to A Purposeful Pursuit. I'm Crystal and this is my husband,
Rickey Jones Jr.
Every time, y'all. And you guys, we are so excited because it is Q&A Sunday. So every Sunday we answer relationship questions that you all send in to us. Don't forget, if you have a relationship question, email it to mystilettomile@gmail.com. That will be in the description box as well as in the comments. Let's jump into today's question. I feel like today's question is pretty easy. It comes from a lady. And so her question is, if we've missed out on a past person, will God put another person in our life? So obviously they're talking about getting married, and they're just wondering if for whatever reason, maybe God sent them someone that could have been their spouse. Whatever happened, would God send someone else, or are they now gonna just have to be single forever?
So yeah, I'm even curious to know, like, what does it mean by like missed out on a past person? What is a past person?
So, like I said, I'm thinking maybe like they were in a relationship or something, and for whatever reason, like it didn't work out. So maybe God literally even said, hey, this is the person you should marry, but maybe at the time they weren't ready to receive that information. Maybe they made a bad choice and it ended their relationship. So many things happened. But if for whatever reason they believe someone was sent to them as an option for marriage, and then it did not pan out, would God send someone else, or would they just, does this mean they'll be single forever?
Wow, okay, so my initial response would be, no, you won't be single forever. Yes, there is an opportunity for a future relationship. However, you kind of threw something in there. There's even another topic which we have to just, we don't have to address right now, which is the idea that if you missed out on what God had for you before, well, God sent another one. Like, that's a whole nother conversation. But I will say, I do feel like there's opportunity at the end of the day, because I can speak for myself. I have had previous relationships that obviously did not work out. This one did. It was God ordained, God sent, and God put us together and kept us together. And so with that just sense and experience, yes, there's options.
Yes, and so I agree with Ricky, and I feel like what he was kind of hinting at, which I don't mind saying something about, was this idea sometimes that there's like the one and like no one else. If you miss out on the one, that's it and that's all. I don't believe that. I don't think we subscribe to that. As a couple, we don't subscribe to that
channel. And
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Here's the thing. If there's only one person for everybody, it only takes one person messing that up for everyone. Like, all it takes is one person marrying the wrong person to throw everything off. So I know, I personally just believe that God is so much more, well, so much smarter than we are, knowing that we are human, knowing that we are imperfect people that make mistakes, that make bad decisions, that walk away from options that he's potentially even sending into our lives, that he's not going to say, you know what, especially because person A didn't take, or marry the person that I sent them, now I'm going to make person T end up single forever because of this chain reaction that has now occurred. Like, to me, that's just crazy. So, no, I don't think that you're just going to have to be single forever because something messed up. God knows that you're a maturing, growing individual. And the truth is, he knew, even when he sent the person the first time, that it was not going to work out. Now, if you're wondering if that same person is going to end up back in your life,
I ain't think about that.
I don't know. I cannot guarantee that the same person will end up back in your life. I know there's this saying, let it go, and if it comes back, it was meant to be. No, sometimes it could be meant to be, and if you let it go, that was a dumb decision, and somebody else is gonna grab hold to what was amazing. So
New treasure.
So I don't subscribe to, particularly let it go, and if it's meant to be, it'll come back. Sometimes it works out that way. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't think I would take those chances.
I would never do that. It's like a dog. I wouldn't let a dog go with the idea that if it's my dog, it'll come back home. No. Keep your dog in your home and nurture and love that dog just as you could and should with that relationship.
Yes, I would say.
Don't cut that dog.
I agree with that. Nurture. If you care about something, learn to nurture, value, and appreciate it or them the first time around.
Correct.
Don't, let them go.
No.
It takes, and I think that's a good foundation to have, even thinking about when you're wanting to be married, because marriage, there's going to be things that come up, some challenges and things like that. And so you want to already have in mind how to work through when things aren't going your way, when things are challenging. And if your thought is let it go, and if it's meant to be, it'll come back. That's like those people that get divorced and remarried, and it's like, what?
Or those people who are in a marriage and they sleep in separate rooms with the idea that when it gets right, they'll come back together. No.
We sharing a bed. Period, point blank, period. We sharing a bed. Okay? Okay. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, yes. But again, just to go back to your original question, will God send you someone else? He loves you enough. He loves you enough to love you beyond and in spite of the bad decisions that sometimes are our own fault. And I feel like this question is coming from a place of, if it's my fault that this did not work out, would God still send someone else? And I would say yes. There is still the opportunity for you to be able to meet a person that God has for you, even if you've messed up the opportunity for a relationship to work out in your past. I believe God sends us options. This is a person that's an option. This is a person that's an option. This is a person that's an option. And you get to choose and decide with your free will who you believe is the best option for you. And I've done other videos to help you outline, different parameters, different gauges, signs, things, so you can know, is this the person for me? I know Ricky has the walk by. No, that wasn't one of the times. That's just to try to engage interest. But yeah, so even Ricky did a video on the channel where he talked about how God showed him that I was his wife, how he knew, how he confirmed that. So we have multiple videos on the channel that can help point you in the direction of knowing if the person that you're coming in contact with is another person that God is presenting as an option. But honey, I would say keep hope alive. God still can be sending people your way. Don't shut yourself down. Stay open to love. Stay open to receiving the kingdom spouse that God has for you.
Absolutely. Even on the other side, like, real quick story, one of the things that I had to work through was the idea mentally that the past relationships that I've been in, I messed up their chances for a spouse and their chances of a relationship. So when I got married, I was like praying about that thing, like feeling some guilt, some stuff like that. Even like sometimes to the point where, I don't know, it was just crazy weird, the thought that maybe I just need to be their friends. If I'm their friend, then they'll work. Like, it was just it was a moment, right?
What was being their friend gonna do?
Absolutely nothing. That's why it was a moment, because I pray, I have these thoughts and I cast these cares on God, and I hear what he would have for me to do. But then even to the point where when they were getting married and things like that, I was rejoicing and excited for them on the sideline. Okay, like, it wasn't a friendship there, but on the sideline saying, I'm excited for you in my mind, praying and all those different things like that. I'm saying that to say, from the male's perspective, which you said this question is from a female, we are on the other side hopeful and wishful that though we may have crossed paths, though we may have messed things up as far as breaking up and things like that, you as a female still do get the love that you deserve, the love that you need, and in a relationship that will blossom and bloom and be all that God would have for it to be. So with that being said, that's just a further reminder that though those past relationship has ended, those things have been let go, there is somebody in the future for you, and we are cheering for you, and I know others are cheering for you as well. And when you get with that person, we would love to be a part of that relationship. Okay,
you guys, he's so nice. He's so nice. You see why I just love him?
It's true,
he's
man.
So nice.
It was like a moment where I was just in a, I don't know what came upon me, but yeah, it happened. But I'll be praying and rejoicing.
Well, I'm glad that you're able to work through that.
Yeah, real talk.
In a healthy way. No, because it is true. You think about how happy you become in a marriage, and sometimes you do think about, well, obviously you've thought about, just like, oh man, like I wasted that chick's time, like, or whatever, the thoughts may have been. So but that's a sign of healthy moving on in a healthy way is being able to be happy for people when they find the person that's for them.
Absolutely.
I know I've said in a video somewhere, I wish any ex I had well. I wish them well. I hope they find the happiness that I have found, like with whoever, because those are healthy signs of being able to journey through, life and into the relationship that God has for you. So, yes, wish whoever it is well in all that they do. Hopefully they're wishing you well on the other side, wherever they are in life. And as Ricky said, we are wishing you well. Absolutely. So again, if you have any questions for us, don't forget to send them in for Q&A Sunday. Woo, woo. It's one of our favorite days of the week. Yes, we love connecting with you guys, and that is the reason why we love it. We love to be an integral part in your purposeful pursuit. We're not just dishing out information. We want to have a conversation. Now, I did put out a poll about doing a meetup. Some of you guys have voted on the poll. Make sure that you go ahead, you take the time to vote on the poll that I put on my community page on the channel about if you would like to have a meetup, if you want to do it in person, if you want to do it virtual, or if you're like, I get enough of you online, which is the section for I probably can't make it. But go ahead, make sure that you vote, because we want to connect with you guys. Again, this isn't a one-way street. We love conversation. So join us in the comments for a conversation, and hit us up on the email. Again, all of that information will be in the description box. For those of you guys who do not know, Ricky and I met, got engaged, and married just in 9 months. And we say that because our hope is that we will also help you meet and marry the one God has for you sooner. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can join the Purposeful Pursuit. And until next time, peace.
Yep.